with a Lulu ultimate. Like, once you get locked down as a Phelios in that ultimate, there's not a lot that you can do, as I can't believe Kazante makes it to R5. That's actually insane because the champion has been so incredibly strong.
And I do really like that BLG kind of have
trying to take down Bin before he can get the full shove in.
Find out. Bin, however, while he's being targeted, Rocket Grab connects onto Elk. On's got a good amount of damage back. The root from the Gravitum, slowing down the engage. Bin's in trouble, already flashed, pushes, Yike under the tower, knocked back from the queue, the burning, the sapling, running, and I don't think it's going to be enough. Bin survives, bot lane survives, no kills secured. All of a sudden, though, there's a tower dive. Hans Summers the target. Munchkin smashed down from Shun. First blood secured. Instant reply back as Mickey's got the CC, and his target is from the tower on Shun. This objective off. There is a potential engage. Level 5 for Shun. Smite available to him. Level 4 for Yike. The engage on to Mickey's going low, forced to flash away to safety. They trade kills, 1-for-1, jungle for support, Dragon down to 1400, and Caps running for his life. He's still holding on to that last breath, waiting for a knockup. Hunt Summer, level 5, stepping into the pit. It's a smite versus no smite, and the smite secures it. G2 get the objective, and Yike flashes away to safety. Elk has got red, white, that means let's fight! Hunt Summer flashes over the wall, trying to get the rockets down, and Caps is the target. They get Dragon, but they lose.
This means he's getting a ton of damage. BLG do try to go for the Dragon, but bit of a mistake, but we're back to live.
Or indeed, already Cyclone being used. Caps is just solo killed by... Maybe there's enough time to make plays for the rest of the squad. Nature's Grasp will force the flash. Rocket grab onto On. You used this flash a second ago. Great pick. Remember what I
even got Yago, who's on the way as well.
Look at that minimap. You called it, Dagda, perfectly.
Oh!
Right, the hook connects. Shun is nearby, Cyclone's available, gets the knockup. Hansama is able to escape for now. Mickey is taken down where he stands. Hansama needs a few more seconds before it's available. Yagao will steal away the Super Mega Death Rocket and it's sidestepped. All of a sudden, Yag looking for the re-engage.
We got the TP coming through. Broken Blade is here. Caps inside. Can they get the knock-off?
Explosive Cask is available. Where's it going? Broken Blade.
There it is!
on against the wall. 2 members knocked up, but there's not enough damage. There's not enough follow-up. It's G2 that lose their mid laner. Another kill secured for On, and BLG are in full control.
And they throw everything at them. G2 desperately tries to get a kill, get someone. They will! At the end. BLG, I think, just looking at what happened on bot lane. But Broken Blade TP'd in. Bin has just been slamming against the turret of Shun.
Well, Shun is the target. 2, 1, and 4. Warrior tricks to buy some time. Moonlight Vigil comes out. Yike gets his second. On gets turned off the Nature's Grasp. And he's using G2's weapons against them. That's a root onto 2. The rocket grab catches onto Elk and Mickey goes down. But Hans Summer finds the kill. The second dragon goes to G2 Esports and
Make sure Caps gets punished for it.
He's done this already. Shun's already found 1 solo kill. Forces the flash early. Steel Tempest slowly being charged. Support's coming from On as well as Bin. Caps will slide backwards once more, use the minions to help out, and Shun is blocked by the minions.
Caps ends up dodging into him, misses the knock-up, and Shun goes, look.
Years gone by as they're taking control. Rift Herald number 2 has been started. Chronicler, do you reckon G2 want this fight?
Look at Elk's positioning. If you can't get to him, you can't win the fight. The rest of them standing in front of him.
Ghost and Flash available. Nature's Grasp. I think that's fantastic from Yike. Managing to split up BLG. Herald secured. Rocket grab. Pulls back Yagao. He goes golden thanks to the stopwatch. Broken Blade holding on to the ult. Separates them out. The breath is lost and that's one on the board. Getting excited for Hans Summer, who remains untouched. They lose Caps in the fight, but a second kill is secured. Hans Summer gets pushed by the Messi. 5 kills for the Jinx, and that is the win.
No. He hooked him mid-range as Mickey.
Manages to get caught, and look once again, following Mickey. Damage there onto Bin. 0, 1 and 6, correction, 1-1-1 rather, as Ben is now running for his life, pulled backwards, and that's another kill. The 6th secured. By the way, that cull does not matter. The laning phase is irrelevant because Hans Summer...
Drake coming up. Mountain Drake's really big here for either team.
All right, target's going to be Yike. Shun starts off that Cyclone. Multiple members from both sides grouping up. Nature's Grasp down. Yagao's hijacked his. It's blocked by the wind wall. G2 have lost a member. The barrel into the pit. Elk is the focus, but he flashes over the wall. He's on the other side of the rift. The G2 Esports are split. They're routed, and G2 are wrecked. Yes, there's one back there for Caps. Mickey may have saved his mid laner's life for now. The Ignite is tick, tick, tick burning, and Elk gets himself another. In the blink of an eye, BLG dominate G2, and with one more kill, they will ace this fight.
Everyone went for Elk, but he spooked. He hopped over the wall just as everyone in G2 went into the pit, and he manages to escape, manages to get the damage off, where it's then Hansama who's caught between a rock and a hard place, and it's the G280 carry who falls.
And at the top of the day, we're talking about this Yasuo, right? What happens if he falls behind? I think we saw it right there. We're going to see in the replay as well, but if I saw correctly, Hans flashed over the wall just to try and get the kill on top of Elk, and then when they were unable to, it just...
They're fine walking in here. There isn't a huge amount of vision, but...
Nature's God's been used. Reminder, Wind Wall still available. Baron's gone so low. Inside the pit, G2 have secured him a can. They finish the fight.
Oh my God.
Vigil has done so much damage. The Cyclone behind Elk is wrecking G2 Esports, and they are dominating.
You wanted a Baron throw, and G2 were willing to give it to you. They sit in the pit, the Infernum comes through, and G2 are wiped.
I'm gonna call not worth, guys. I don't know about you, but SGI gets a shutdown.
Well, he's got himself one. He will be taken out by Elk for the 8th time. Completely awry.
And I think crucial there is that G2, I think you can pull it off, but you have to pull the trigger earlier, right? Because by the time that they started the Baron, Shun was already halfway there. And
Duality of fandom. BLG is celebrating. They still maintain control. 4,000 gold. Now they have to try to defend, and more importantly for me, 3 items complete for both of these bot laners. While, yes, G2 are in a difficult situation, if they are able to find Elk, they can still do it. They just haven't shown me a capability, as all of a sudden Mickey's the next target. He's below 1,000, he's below 500. Elk is godlike. His 9th kill of the game, and in a 5 versus 4, BLG continue to pressure forward. 5-man stack in this middle lane.
Particularly when you get these Mountain Drakes, when you start stacking them, one of the biggest win conditions for G2, which is kill Elk, becomes so much harder as the ultimate.
I love that hijacks away from the Nature's Gods. Caps is low, Hansama's low. Moonlight Vigil puts them down. While Hansama's got one back, the follow-up damage is simply too much to deal with. Yikes, trying to clear out that minion wave as Caps has found himself a route to safety. 4 members down, Mickey's up in 3 seconds time. G2 are holding on by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, no wave and no AD carry here for BLG will definitely slow them down a little bit though. So I think for G2, they will lose the inhibitor, but I imagine BLG will then back away after this one. The fact that Elk went that deep to try and kill Hansama definitely gave them that opportunity to just hold on that items onto Caps, but he hasn't really been a threat for BLG all game long, so that win couldn't be had at Broken Blade trying to assassinate Elk isn't really there. As G2 trying to step up to defend this tower.
Yagal's got the barrel. Yagal's hijacked it away. He catches Broken Blade with his own ability. Nature's Cross comes down. It's too little. It might be too late. Elk has slain yet another. 20 of his 25 team's kills involved. Pick up another. The tower falls as well. And while Hansama remains untouched, it simply does not matter. He gets 1 kill onto Shun before Elk takes him down. Elk goes golden using that stopwatch with 1 more kill. The ace secured once more for BLG. They are inside the base and teleporting to the Nexus. BLG looking to start this series with a 1-0 lead.
It was close until it just was not. BLG, they flashed the FPX logo once more. They're looking to close out the game 1.
Fantastic, chaotic, entertaining, and it's BLG that strike first.
Almost
Looking for Bin is going to be the Jax. Okay, let's zoom out. I'm hearing please, please, please. What do you think of the compositions and how they're going to match up?
So I was saying please, please, please for the Camille, because Bin is like his solo Q.
Minutes in, so I don't want to overblow this. But I do think chronically, you mentioned it in the previous game, looking at the Yasuo, looking at where Yike's pathing and decision-making is, as Mickey's in trouble, take it out! That's a solo!
Force the cleanse and flashes away, but this is the mess here for G2, because you need this wave to crash, so then you can actually try and achieve something. Yagao needs to roam out of mid, but he's frozen the wave in itself.
Shun's nearby, Shun's nearby. This is a 4 versus 3, but Hansama is so incredibly low. Howling Gale won't find its target. Dark Sphere, followed up by the root. Mickey's tanking the shots, and G2 get a kill. Now Yagao is joining. Level 5, doesn't have Spirit Rush available yet. Elk, blue and purple. He's caught by the Howling Gale. That should slow. He's making his way towards the top lane.
But there's not really much you can trade it for. Sure, you might get a couple of extra camps for Yike, but in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't mean much. Maybe you get the kill into Bin here.
Well, time to go all out. Broken Blade using it into a 4. That's an advance over the wall. Forces the flash once again. Reminder, Bin lost that in the 1v1. Sapling toss out. Counter-Strike finds the stun. Leap to the minions. Yikes.
Yes, or getting him killed.
But that's the thing. It's like, even if you get the... Oh, hang on.
Oh, beautifully done!
Bin.
What's going to happen here? Bin teleports in. 4 members of G2 are around. He's rooted in place, locked up, held down, buying time, finds the stun. Broken Blade forced to tank it out. Nature's Grass comes down. Here comes Yagao. That gets the flash out of Broken Blade. G2 Esports get a kill. It goes to Hansama as well. And now they're going to try to apply more pressure on the tower. Caps, can he find the stun?
Oh,
He
Captain
does!
hits!
Finds it! Unleashes the power. Where's the rest of the members? That goes golden. Yagao using the stopwatch. Flame Choppers will not connect. On has arrived to the fight as well. Mickey's going low thanks to the glitter lance, and Shun is making his way top as well. 4 members of G2 chasing. The weak are scattered, and Yagao's wild growth manages to keep him alive. G2 on full retreat now. Tower still a focus. Multiple plates have fallen. Shun will get a kill back onto Caps. Flashes forward. Shun now looking for Hansama with the Arctic Assault. He's slowed by the glitter lance. Cleanse comes out once more, and Hansama still running for his damned life. Will be taken down by On. 2-1-2 and supportal combat reigns supreme.
And G2, that initial dive, a big mistake from Bin, right? A misread from BLG. He teleports back. Getting him was good, but Elk... So many that we've seen this MSI goes into game number 1, it's mayhem, right? Like, both teams are really trying to scrap, really trying to get a feel.
To be fair, it wasn't the most, the largest investment from Yike. Super Mega Death Rocket went just a little wide. G2 Esports will pick up their first tower of the game. They will get them play it safe and allow Bin to just do Bin things.
So, Dega, how you... Oh, hold up.
Well, let's find out. Yeah, that's an engage following onto Yagao. Caps has still got the ult available. Teleports completed. Bin and Broken Blade arriving. 4 members of BLG are surrounding G2. Broken Blade's going low. He's still got all out and may not get a chance to use it. Forces the kill back, and Yike now flashes to safety. Howling Gale comes up. Monsoon is available. Mickey may need to pull a trigger so incredibly soon. Glitterlance falls just short. Zap tags on to Elk, and he flashes forward through it. Bin finds another, and BLG string together 3 kills as G2 run for their lives.
And if this is not a commentary on the state of this game, then I don't know what is. BLG's like, what if we just force a full-on skirmish? What if we just hard 5v5? And when you're a Felios, who is an item up, isn't even needed to win. It's not looking good.
And Elk literally just ran Hansama and Mickey around the map. They're like, I can 1v2. This is fine.
There.
And now you get the Rift Herald into the base.
Well, base is now broken open. Baron spawns in 20 seconds.
Game number 1. Now G2 trying to go a bit more standard for what we see in the meta at the moment, but that's not really working out for them. So for G2, what do they do after this? Because BLG aren't going to stop.
The kills used. Nature's Grass dropped as well. Shun's thrown out the prison, but remember, this is just to keep members of G2 alive. Scatter the weak forward, captures the target, manages to escape for another. Here comes Bin. Caps flashes over the wall. Moonlight Vigil doesn't find anybody. The Howling Gale catches Elk. He used his flash earlier, and G2 find the kill. They find the shutdown. They find life in London. That's another secured onto one. But he won't. The Baron secured. It is not where I thought the game could be thrown, or at least a lifeline given to G2 Esports. There is also 20 seconds before the Dragon's Soul, and Broken Blade is the target. Shun has already used his ult. Yagao finds the charm, may need to Spirit Rush over the wall, and does so. Shun is jumped on. Hansama's looking for another kill. He secures it and finds the gigantic lead has been squashed.
G2 have found the...
I think what's really important here as well is that, as mentioned, BLG, with the composition that they have, should struggle.
And the first 20 minutes of this game no longer matter. We are now in a, relatively speaking, even state.
That was a bit of a...
And we've got the showdown. 5v5 in the mid lane. Bin looking for the engage. Caps buys time. Goes golden. Nature's Grasp is now disconnected. So has the Monsoon. Bin's running away for his life. Broken Blade's looking to go all out with BLG split up. G2 Esports cannot find a target, cannot lock anyone down.
The meanwhile, Visual went completely wide. Elk didn't get the damage off, and now it's G2 who have control of Baron.
Oh, they find themselves the stun. Shun will not be able to follow up. Teleport coming back in. Bin started this fight, ran away from it, and is teleporting in for round 3.
A lot of ultimates down on either side. G2, they're starting it up again.
It's Baron! It's Baron! It's an MSI 2023 Baron, but how will it end this time? The Howling Gale buys time. Unleash power onto Shun. He's burning. He's below 200. And the Super Mega Death Rocket won't find his target. G2 take a clean Baron. But they're not done yet. The Zap tags Bin. The Soul is still available, which means the fight is 2. Ben needs to leap away to safety, teleporting from Broken Blade. That's 2 of them used in this extended engage. The Dragon has been started in G2. They are pushing BLG back.
London, do you believe G2 are starting to move in towards the Dragon?
Oh, Yagao goes forward. He's caught. He's stunned. This weak got scattered. The Dragon secured, and so is the Soul. But it's Yagao that's taken down. Nature's Grasp splits up BLG, and Shun is being chipped away.
That's
hammered
it.
away. It's time to get excited as Hansama and G2 come alive.
And for the first time in this game, G2 with a gold lead. And it all starts off.
The fact that Elder Dragon in 5 minutes is a potential game-winning moment for BLG.
But it's G2 who finally on things like the Jax. It's just that in times past, they'd have something that could facilitate them, like a Galio, or even something that could help control the pace of a fight like a Veigar. Top Terror falls, mid is next on the menu.
And it's going to be taken down uncontested. This is a 6th game that I've seen both the mid lane engage onto him as well as the river.
Oh,
Now, Yike, will he get out of this one? Scout of the Week comes out. Flame Chomper's down.
from Yagao. One time with Bin actually getting on top of Hans, you're in deep trouble.
The Charm doesn't find the target. Scatter the Weak! Unleash power! Welcome. Teleport in here. Is a G2 starting the fight before the objective? Caps and Yike moving forward. Broken Blade is the target of Shun, and Bin gets the 3rd Q. Yagao tagged, stepping backwards, waiting for the Nature's Grasp. Until that's thrown down, I don't believe the fight is happening.
They're trying to see if they can deal with BLG before Elk can really swap over. You can see him desperately trying to get to his red and white. Needs to get rid of the Infernum if he wants to do so. G2, they move over towards the Baron.
Howling Gale will throw up Shun. Prison is unavailable. Mickey already exhausted. Nature's Grasp is down. Bin is looking to hop into the pit. He does so, but the Baron is secured by G2 in an ensuing fight. Shun is going forward. That's a resurrection coming out now for Bin, and the damage onto one sends him packing. Elk has not been able to fire. Elk did not get the red-white, but it's G2 that find themselves the kill. They've got the Baron already, and Broken Blade is holding members of BLG in place.
G2 learned a lesson from the last game. No group up, no ability here for Aphelios to get a big ultimate. BLG, they have position. If you lose both buffs, you're in trouble, and the TP comes through.
Broken Blade went to the bottom lane. G2 Esports are completely grouped up, but it's Yike that's tanking it for now. Shun is locked off from the rest of the crowd. Hansama gets another, gets excited, and gets on the front foot. Elk will take him down, but not before Caps kills Elk. G2 Esports have got the numbers advantage. They got the Baron, and they're turning towards the base.
That should be it.
Mickey dies, so Hansama can leave, and G2, they have the Baron. They can look for the end.
G2 Esports coming back from a gigantic deficit. 30, 40-second death timers. Are you not entertained, London and the Copper Box? As G2 will pull a rabbit out of the hat. Let's not forget that it was the counter-engage. It was punishing BLG, but it's not done yet. Bin needs to be taken down by G2 and is done so. The Baron and Power Canyon Minion helping out. The Nexus turret will fall. The Nexus will be the focus, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else. We've got a series on our hands.
It's a team fight meta, and G2 says, all right. Bunch of these hovers before, and it will be, again, the Jack. So BLG making the read. Whatever happened in last game is up to player error. We're going to run a very similar comp. Only swap up is, of course, that Shun is...
To escape. What I will say, though, is that when I do think of that Broken Blade Darius, I think of Game 1 Loud, where he was able to absolutely take over the game. Right now, it's going to be asked to do the same thing. Hansama, Eye of the Storm on. Trading back a little out of consumables for both of the respective bot laners. Yike now trying to hold the tower. Leap strikes forward, Spectral Maw as well. The leap and the tower ends up being a trade 1-for-1. Close by bonus.
Again, though, is G2 investing into the top side. Shun spots Caps.
Oh, look for the charm, look for the charm. Holding on to it for now. Caps flashes away. Yagao 2 charges on that Spirit Rush. The charm still connects. Caps goes down, drops the tippers as well. Shun has a crushing blow. The shield comes up for a second longer and Yagao stays alive. Yikes running for his life and on once again. Flashes forward, the Clitolons, the health picks, the charm from Yagao! It's not done yet! Broken Blade throws down the Noxian Guillotine! And it's a trade of a 1-for-1 in the top lane!
Finally, BLG are reading that situation and catching G2 as they're starting to rotate up. And now, because again, Elk and On are just demolishing this bottom side.
I was going to say aggressivity, no, the aggression. The aggression between the two teams has slowed down dramatically. A lot of damage available as the Divine Sundra's already picked up for Ben with those 2 kills. Yikes looking for Shun, who manages to get past the Flame Chompers and is forced to flash! The Heartbreaker and the chip damage was way not want to jump into a 5 versus 4.
I mean, BLG are fine here. They're just like, cool, you take it. We're just going to take the top lane turret. And again, this is the problem with not running that teleport. BLG are just going to look to play the map, get more gold into bin, and then they can start to rinse and repeat this, especially with Rift Herald up as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see BLG.
Enabling bin and allowing him to actually be a pressure point against the top laner without TP as big as Caps.
Caps again, this time jumped on, Decimate, Incinerate, Summon Tippers, Cyclone 1, Cyclone 2, Stopwatch buys time, but the Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide! Moonlight Vigil just about does it!
Cool, we'll just take your bot lane turret as a result, and Caps was trying to move down to catch the wave, but Shun was already in position to make that happen. BLG are playing
Well,
this.
they could have done so. They elected to go for the 5v5s. Based on what you've seen from BLG in the LPL, Dagda, do they have the self-control to do so? I'll ask you to think about that for a moment, as Yike will be backed up by Mickey, teleport coming in from Caps. No flash available. Tippers is, though. Cyclone is already knocking them up. Tippers will land beautifully onto Shun's head. The follow-up is there. Yikes, looking to break the hearts of BLG. Steals away the counter-strike, finds the stun, and Broken Blade finds another. And Summer's excited. He's got the red buff, but he does get charmed up.
And there is your answer, Trev. They're going to try and get onto Yagao.
Oh, waited for the reset. Yikes, forced to back away. The tower still stands on the outside, and that gold lead has been mitigated. The recalls have been cancelled, and G2 Esports punish BLG.
And immediately, this turret is going to go down, might get at the very least a charge on the tier 2. And while this is going on, you are not going to lose the team fight, right? And we do see Charge came in on the top side turret. Not able to pick it up just yet, but the gold close to equalize as all been.
Oh, there's the initiation once more. Caps picks up the kill. All of a sudden, the gold is dead even. But G2 Esports, they will lose their mid-outer turret. And again, at this point in both of the previous games, BLG had a larger lead. Broken Blade is jumped on, is running away, will not be able to be saved by the Eye of the Storm.
And G2, we've seen that BLG can really struggle if you're able to keep them down, right? Catch them off guard, try and catch them in rotations, try and force them into fights they're not supposed to take. Moments like this, it gets gold onto Elk.
The team just fully trusts him. They let him be the carry. They let him play the Balvest, the KazaLoLLCShighlights, and you see them initiating around. Teleport.
They want his teleport. They want to try and get it out of him.
Okay, so that means we want G2 to peel. If that teleport starts to be chummed, they gotta peel. Bin is already in the middle lane. Baron's down to 4,000. Bin's arrived. That's at least the Howling Gale catching up onto one. They found a kill. Yagao is just blown up. Now G2 have to fancy a shot. Shun gets caught up by the Flame Chompers. Heartbreaker over the wall. Elk goes forward. Red, white, Moonlight Vigil, Baron secured. But can G2 get away? Caps running low, stays alive. Disintegrates Shun in the river. And Bin is running for his life. 5 members of G2 alive, and they're not done yet. Chasing on to one. Yike hasn't found the CC, and Elk Red turns away. Green and white now got that range. He steps out. G2 get the kills, get the Baron, and get out alive.
Gonna be completely happy with that as G2. Caps has teleport available, so can afford to split push with that buff in the top lane. Will pick that up, and that is even more gold into the pockets of G2.
And now Caps will get the TP in. Zonya's now completed. G2 want to go for the Dragon. Elk in the bushes isn't spotted.
3 seconds before Shun spawns, as you mentioned. Spellbook is there for Yagao, but I don't know if he really wants to. TP in instead, holding Flash Ignite, making his way forward. Broken Blade catches himself a Jax, decimates away, crippling strikes down, and Yagao's charm goes wide. Hansama follows the rest of the squad. Yike is on a rampage, and he's looking to break the hearts of the LPL.
Out by BLG every step of the way.
And you see BLG just, they can't find anything.
Oh, look at this from Miguel. Super Mega Death Rocket goes a little bit wide. Hansama chasing the kill is forced to flash for his life. Shun's not done yet, and he gets the shutdown. But on the backside of it, Caps is able to get Yagao back. Oh, Hansama already timed out, right? So G2 Esports happy, content to continue pushing. They've stacked up as 5. Reminder, no teleports available. Only 1 for Caps. It's on cooldown. Tibbers is dropped down, and Yike is the target, forced to use the ulti just to escape. And the tower will fall.
A GA and a stopwatch for G2 as they got caught.
Oh, they do indeed. Disintegrate fired out. Caps being burned down by Elk. He drops Tippers, uses Hourglass, and Elk forced to kill, forced to safety, but he gets the kill. Hansama and Yike are knocked up into the air. Shun's done so well. Yike forced to ult over the wall. 2 quick kills for BLG. Inside the Dragon Pit, and Broken Blade needs to pull off a miracle. Bin goes forward, managing to find the Counter-Strike stun and force G2 away. G2 lose 2 members and they lose a Dragon.
G2 were split out. They weren't in a position to actually follow. Broken Blade wasn't there.
Beginning, and now start of the Baron.
There's no Monsoon available for Mickey. Yike is stepping forward, will not be able to get into the pit. Broken Blade looks for the apprehend. Yike's looking for the CC, but they split, they're routed, they're wrecked. Broken Blade gets enough heal from that Q to stay alive. Caps is alive, Tippers is there. He drops it onto the head of Elk, but there's no one to chase. Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide. Yike is trying to get himself a kill. He manages to steal away Yagaozari, but now needs to back up. Instead, looks for that kill, gets himself 1 more. Now Yike is chasing on. Hansama has been able to spawn back in and is trying to find Bin. The zap, the rockets, the pow-pows, all they need. Bin is able to leap away to safety. Barons are being removed from members of BLG. That is crucial for G2 Esports. The recall coming out, and that's not going to be enough. Hansama gets the kill. Pick up the Infernal Soul. That is not an objective G2 can afford to give over.
But right now, BLG have the better position on the map. You can see it there. Bin can be such a threat on towards his top side. He's caught though.
Completely caught out. Heartbreak secured.
They can give it up.
That's the thing. They can just say, we don't want to bother with this. We're going to push in mid, put threat on towards the inhibitor on the top side, and Annie has to reset. Caps needs to cover the push, and BLG, they're the ones trying to control the midway.
Chronica, is this good for G2 or BLG right now? G2 are split up. Obviously, they've lost the tower. That's not good. But they are at risk of being flanked. Broken Blade threatening the Ghost, threatening the Apprehend, teleport being channeled. Broken Blade uses the stopwatch. He's on that wasn't a bait, manages to jump onto Elk, stepping forward. Noxian Guillotine still available but not used as all of a sudden with Hansama down, G2 are running for their lives. Elk stays alive. Broken Blade is killed. Mickey is killed. Caps and Yike are the last one standing, and BLG punish G2 Esports. How?
That is a heartbreaking mistake to come through. The moment that Darius isn't in the picture, the rest of BLG is more than ready to respond.
Was he trying to use that strike breaker and hit the stopwatch instead? I have no idea. BLG were the ones that were targeted. BLG were the ones that were being jumped on, but it's BLG that take down G2. And BLG will go 2-1 in the series. They were 1 win away from advancing in MSI. See what mid lane they lock in, it will be the Lissandra now.
Yeah, you're just going all out on early to mid game fights and tempo, right? The amount of snowballing potential that you have with Lucianami on Guildford's Mandate Spike, and just even the core
wave, and also be in a position to freeze this away from Hansama and Mickey.
Look at the rotation. Mickey is coming up as well, trying to take down Yagao here.
Yike already showing presence. Helped out in the bottom lane. Body slam, pushed away. First blood to G2 to kill.
Going back, Sean is on vision, so G2 feels confident here. Should be able to get in the wave as Sean walks up.
That relentless pursuit coming in clutch. Shun will get a target, gets caught out by that Winter's Bite, and we have
BLG.
See if they're going to be able to achieve much here. G2 already moving in. Mickey's there.
Well, there's the engage. Yagao goes with that glacial path forward. Ring of Frost goes down. Mickey's the first to fall. Kill secured by Shun's Viego. The Herald down to 1,400 hit points. Ons arrive to the fray. The ebb, the flow, the Aqua Prison, and BLG, they pick up the skirmish.
Well, thank you. Very clear answer. BLG was aware of the fact that they needed to win that skirmish, and they did decisively. Shigao does get caught.
He does get caught. Caps goes all out. The prison throws him in the air, and Yagao escapes with his life. Caps unable to secure that kill, and BLG, they get the 500 gold lead.
Still though, nicely done by Caps, because that is a flash, a heal gone from On, and also a flash from Yagao, so that helps a little bit with making you feel less bad about what just happened, because BLG got the kills on Viego that they so desperately need, and immediately throws down the Herald mid.
All right, very quickly as the engage now goes forward, Elk will be dropped. Hansama and Mickey find...
The initial few seconds are the most important. If BLG get a kill, you are not going to win the fight, right? Especially this early on.
This time around, 2 kills up. It's a gold advantage to Hansama on the Aphelios. Those early levels, those early trades, and that early gank from Yike working out. Shun, appreciating that, is instantly jumping onto Mickey. The Unbreakable buys so much time.
Elk and On, and the BLG want to make sure they can slam that home. Moving towards Broken Blade in this top side.
Plays the target. Will be caught inside the tomb. Vin continues to chase, fires out the needlework. One last frost shot will secure.
That's a really big win for them.
He might be able to do so as well. Yagao just going to be here as the Terror falls, so you're not going to be able to get it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Shun take this and immediately try and move into the mid lane.
Thrown down and will allow the reposition. Caps is already in the river. Broken Blade used that teleport just a little bit ago. Red-White has just timed out before the Dragon fight. Yike stepping forward, level 9, goes all out, thrown, Heartbreaker away, Shun stays alive, but it's Elk that finds Hansama. G2 Esports are so split up that Elk is able to cull him down. Now Caps in and amongst the fray, the explosive cast comes up, but there's no damage, there's no follow-up, there's no G2.
And he's able to flash an ultimate out, and Elk showcasing the lethality of this Lucianami.
Oh, so much damage. The Unbreakable's buying time. Bin, however, is not done. Mercurial Hammer to the skies. Drops right down, but Broken Blade's the next target. We're playing...
Team. But with Cassante and a Brom, your Aphelios should never die like that, right? So Illusion is taken down.
Oh, I mean, look at this. Hansama's the target. The culling this time round is blocked by the Unbreakable. The tidal wave, however, sends Hans in the air. The needles are fired, waiting for the snip, snip, snip. Bin can't find him, but the Heartbreaker does. Instant reply. Elk and On have started to move around the map. 008, better than James Bond for that Nami, and 312, the moment that Gale Force was activated, Elk's fight won't find a target. The Fissure is still up. The Moonlight Vigil too. Unbreakable. That's a big cooldown. Red, White, Hansama's the target in this fight. Tidal Wave will not send him up, but the re-engage is good. Aqua Crescent buys some time, and Hansama simply cannot stay around long enough. BLG have got 1, have got 2. They are looking for the 3rd, and they're not done yet.
Yagao marking him, but making sure that he can't get close.
No ultimate, no flash, no body slam, no Baron left.
Half HP.
I mean, 3rd item completed already. That's the Infinity Edge. Teleport being channeled here from BLG now. Once again, continuing the pressure. Captures the target. He's caught out. He's rooted in place. Blade of the Rune King comes out, and Elk is unstoppable. Caps just gets punished for recalling around the corner.
He should never
match. The rest of the team is winning so insanely hard because they need to send multiple people just to deal with him.
And this is why BLG have been so capable of playing
Low
around.
potential. BLG's composition, I would say on an even state, relies on getting a pick. They already have...
What happened the last time G2 got that moment against Elk?
And listen, it is going to be a big, big fight. G2 Esports with 1 potential last shot remaining is just dominating. 6-1 and 14, 3.5 items completed. Caps will be the next target. Gets caught in place by that Ring of Frost, by the Glacial Tomb as well. He goes all out, buys enough time for Yike to arrive. The tidal wave will hold him in place for Elk to arrive, and now's the next target. Keep in mind, 130 for Sol, 140 for Baron. While that's going on, Ben does not give a damn. He's opening up the inhibitors. The Nexus turret, the inhibitor turret has fallen already.
And that's what I was saying with the Nash's Tooth. Gwen does so much damage to these structures. The extra attack speed is absolutely nuts. And BLG
as well. They need a miracle here.
Let's see what they can do. Ben steps forward. Snippity snip snip. Shun's gonna back away with that ultimate. The engage forward. Hansama's the target for now. Yike has been able to push Elk away, but Elk stays alive. That stopwatch is buying time. Caps looks for him and finds him, but at what cost? 3 members of G2 are down. It's all up to Broken Blade, and it's not gonna be enough. the ace for BLG.
And the mission is accomplished, but at what cost? Yes, Elk goes down eventually, but the stopwatch declines by so much time. And Bin says, hey, I'm here as well, and completely decimates the backline of G2.
BLG handle the laning pressure from Yike. And the challenge from G2 Esports, and BLG will eliminate G2 from MSI. BLG advance to the next stage in their lower bracket run towards finals.
In this last game, and Bin, thank you so much for joining me after this one. It was really different compared to the rest of the series. A lot of back and forth during the first game. This one was such a stomp. Explain to me why this game went that way.
首先，恭喜你们，今天是很漂亮赢下了比赛。不过呢，其实纵观今天的一个系列赛，特别是前3把，特别是第1局，感觉好像打的是有来有回的，但是最后1局是属于你们的一边倒的局势。所以说，为什么第4局可以以这样的一种很强势的面貌赢下来呢？
首先我觉得 GTU 今天打得非常好吧，然后也是没有想到他们是这么强。然后虽然说我们前3把打得有来有回了，但是我觉得我们最后一把，因为我们是接了先锋团嘛，所以我觉得这个很关键。我们前几把其实都没有怎么接先锋团。
First of all, I must say G2 performed so good for today's best of 5. And to be honest, their performance even beyond my expectation. They're such a good team. And I think why we are able to have a very smooth last game is because we really take that Rift Herald team fight for the last game. But the reason why the first 3 games maybe can be back and forth a bit shaky is because we just made less Rift Herald team fights. So I think that's a key point.
All right, well, thank you so much for these insights on this. And I love the fact that you're maybe one of the most experienced players within this BLG lineup. You won MSI last year. Have you been helping the younger players getting ready and managing the nerves coming into this best of 5 series?
那其实，在整个 BLG 当中，我们冰选手也是非常有经验的，而且你也是参与了去年的 MSI 嘛，所以说想问一下，可能特别是在这一场 BO5 开始之前，有没有和其他更为年轻的队友们稍微分享一些经验，然后帮他们缓解一下情绪呢？
因为我们上一场比赛其实是被3比0的嘛，所以希望不要，就是上一场不会影响到我们这一场，所以我就跟他们说，我们这场只要好好发出我们的实力，就算我们之后真的打不过，那也不留遗憾就好了。所以我们今天就是这样过来打的。
To be honest, before today's game, we lost with an 0-3. So we don't want that to affect our performance today. So I just told my teammates we would like to focus on our own performance. We try not to leave any regrets on this stage, no matter what the result is.
Staying focused and focusing on your own performance. I'm wondering, what is the expectation for you, Bin? You're coming back as the MSI champion from last year. How has been your experience so far at MSI? Do you feel stronger than last year? And what about the competition and the rest of the teams?
那也想问一下，冰选手对于这一次 MSI 的一些感受，包括说你的期待，因为去年其实你也是捧下了冠军奖杯，那这一次再一次来，会觉得有什么不一样，或者说自己有变得更强的地方吗？那同时，对于这一次整个 MSI， 包括其他的队伍整体，你有什么样一些的感受吗？
我觉得今年的 MSI 整体实力肯定是更强的，因为不仅是赛区都有2个战队，而且还有双败赛制，所以。 如果今年想夺冠的话是更艰难的，但是也给了我们机会嘛。我们虽然说上一场我们输了，但是我们只要再赢下来，再赢接下来2个比武，我们就可以进决赛，然后我们也会想办法复仇京东的。
Definitely, I must say for this year's MSI is much tougher because there are more strong teams joining into the MSI. Some regions we got 2 teams and we got the double elimination, the new format. But we just don't worry about that. We just would like to try our best. If we can just focus on performance to win another 2 best of 5, we can still get into the final.
Definitely less worries about after today's series. Last question for you, Bing. I know that you said on social media that you wanted to try to say something in English. You did during the play-in stage, but there's way more people today at Copper Box Arena. Anything you want to say in English for your fans today?
其实呢，之前好像在社交媒体上，我们的斌就有说，哎，想秀一秀自己的英文。其实，在之前入围赛的采访当中，你也是秀了一下自己的英语实力。但是今天在现场来了更多支持你的粉丝朋友们，所以说有没有什么想用英语来说的呢？
I now here have so many EU fans, LPL fans, and I think G2 is very tough. They are very tough, and we win G2, but I think this is that we more strong. So now we are very strong. We can win Genji, CDG, and T1. So thank you.
Thank you so much for making the effort. Thank you so much for the interview. Wendy, a pleasure having you on stage next to me. As always, and Shocks, back to you in cool down.
Thank you so much. Yeah.